My friend Lena, who you just saw, is a Qhht practitioner, and she just shared with me the most incredible session of someone who accessed the past life as a bad witch who was using her powers to harm people. And this is kind of what I mentioned last week as I was gearing up for this workshop, that I do believe that there were people kind of using witchcraft or mind power, hypnosis power, and knowledge of the energies and plants to do harm, right? We can use this different information to do harm or to do good. And some people in this lifetime that I've spoken to feel like a huge load of guilt. Sometimes they tell me, like, I feel like I've done something really bad in a past life. But this workshop is also for you if you're simply interested in exploring these topics of like the witches and priestesses of old times. I will be focusing on Europe, so this also pertains to you if you have European ancestry and if you want to see if any of your ancestors or ancestral lives can be accessed and come through. We will be discussing some of the history and some of my thoughts about how this time influenced our current times. And I also want to add that most people who were like condemned or labeled as witches in those days did not identify themselves as such. A lot of them were priestesses or druids or simply people of nature who were different. And finally, what I'm very excited for is that we're going to do some group real-time energetic practices and see if we can implement some of these things we learn from these lifetimes and use these techniques in the present day for the healing and improvement of humanity and life on Earth. One thing that was interesting, the lifetime that was shared with me by Lena of this bad witch lifetime, was she was clearly told that all of the powers she was using to do harm on others because she had been mistreated as a child could have been used for good and could have been used for healing. And so it's, you know, it's always up to us to choose, and sometimes it certainly can be hard to discern. But we're going to be exploring in real time some of these different exercises.